it didn't really leave an impression.
It was there.
It was a dick. That much I know. I can't really speak to the smallness, but definitely not to the bigness. Because if it's big, you remember, because you're like, oh, it was a little bit more difficult. Life is a challenge.
How do you get through it?
Laughing at the dark and dirty. We walk you through all the naughty secrets of the adult industry, and you get to be a fly on the wall with two best friends in the business of boobs.
We want to hear your dirty secrets too.
If you have stories to share, questions for us, need advice, then send us an email to twndpodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 702-900-6446. We'll always be laughing here. It's our favorite way to cope. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, share with a friend, and leave us a rating wherever you listen to podcasts. And we thank you for coming this week. I can hear clearly now, the buzz is gone. I can hear obstacles
in my ears.
Fuck, my voice just cracked so hard from that J earlier.
That was good. Okay. Do you want a lollipop?
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop.
I'll do orange.
No, I'm
if
good.
you want
Thank
one.
you, though. But
Okay.
maybe later. So before we were rolling, we were saying that this room is sentimental as which, if you're on Patreon, that's not bleeped. So fun for you, isn't it? Because, all right. So I was actually thinking about this the other day because I was listening to Whitney Cummings' podcast. I can't remember what it's called. Good for You, I think, or something like that. And she had a guest on. I wish I could remember the guest. I blacked out through a lot of it, but this is what I remembered from it. Was like they were talking about having a clean house, like everything is organized, and everything in my house has to be set and organized a very certain way. Mm-hmm. And once it gets a little out of line, I know I've talked about this before, but it gets out of line, and I need to fully invest in reorganizing to a way that makes sense and making sure that that is at least maintained for some period of time. But then when you like everything is pretty minimal too. Like we've said this before, like everything has a place. This room is just like a severe collection of all memories and random memorabilia. There is not any space left, yet somehow we keep adding to it. Like I brought the little bondage bear into the room.
I love them.
There's more stickers all the time. There's like new pillows. Like every time that I find something cute, I'm just like, let's throw it up on the wall, you know? Like, and little gnome from you. There's so many memories. And it's, I don't know, were you ever one of those people who kept like a memory box?
There was times where I did have one. I don't have one anymore, but I remember like having one under my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know why, but like even just when you would get excited about movies coming out, you know, if I got to go to the theater, I would save the movie ticket stub. Mm-hmm. Like if there was
a concert,
if there was like a lunch or something that I had with a friend and we had like a good conversation, I would like save the receipt from the meal. I would write like a little something on it to remind me of like the things and the times.
You're a scrapbooker.
I am.
Essentially.
Dude, I actually did scrapbook back in the
say,
day.
you are.
I was like, photos, stickers, gel pens, say less.
Yeah.
Like, say less,
pens.
I'll buy more. I'll just buy things. Like, I still have a problem with pens. Remember, like, every time I get a new pen, I'm like, Laura, write with this pen.
Check it out.
Like, it's so smooth. It just comes out so clean. There's no little, you know, divots in the lines. They're just perfect, you know? And I get really excited about that kind of stuff.
The jelly pens. I collected those.
Oh, my God.
Every color, every shimmer.
I remember I wanted, like, the actual, like, the gel pens. But I'd get, like, the off-brand ones because they're cheaper.
Yeah.
But there was something that I was, like, I convinced myself, and this probably isn't even true at all because I'm sure they were made by the same poor children in China. But it's, like, I would feel like the gel pens, the brand name ones, were better. Like they wrote better somehow.
Was gel pens like the GEL?
Yeah.
Gel. Yeah, those were legit.
And it was all like all the different colors. You could get like the big multi-packs of like basically Crayola crayons, but gel pens.
But literally, how exciting was it shopping for back to school? Wasn't that like the best?
When I tell you it was one of my greatest loves, because I know I was homeschooled, but we still needed school supplies.
Yeah.
So we did it, okay? And when I tell you the joy that I had in my heart when they finally put glitter into a gel pen, Do you understand? I went through so many glitter gel pens. Like, I would save babysitting money and be like, you know what I need? More glitter gel pens. There's a new color. I don't know what to tell you.
And it's not like we wasted paper or anything, because that paper would be covered from start to finish in some sort of glitter gel.
There was just, you would make little designs. I would draw like little penises. I'd draw little flowers, all the little just girly things. So but I would make designs all over. Just like you start to do different squares and lines and all those the swirlies. What do you call them? That were always on the bandanas back in the day. Did you wear bandanas?
Paisleys.
Paisleys.
Like a paisley print.
Yes.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time drawing paisleys. Did you?
No, but I would draw random things too, then like squiggles and like just make it all like blend into like one little thing, like.
Did you ever do it like to your shoes? Like I would get like the Sharpies and draw.
Yes.
I would go from like shoe to pant. Like I'm going up the pants. Like I had these pants that I loved and they were falling apart, but they were just covered in Sharpie. Don't you hate ads? They take away from the conversation. But you can go ad-free with us at patreon.com/TWND podcast. We create monthly photo sets, host Zoom chats for our dirtbag tiers, and even create short films. We have a wholesome pledge option if you want to show a little support, or dirtbag tier if you want to go all the way with us. We release episodes a day early for all tiers, and each episode is ad-free. So if you want to level up, go to patreon.com/TWND podcast and show your support.
Yes, I had a pair of pants similar, like holes in the knees, busted out like old Levi's, and on the side it said "Dance too much booty in the pants." And I rocked those like my whole like junior and senior year,
so
and they
good.
would just like totally fall apart. And
I love that.
But I always had a big badonk,
Yeah.
So I had to like be like dance too much.
You're like,
booty in the
you
pants.
have to understand what's packing in these jeans. And I'm going to let you know.
I have it written all along here.
You couldn't even touch your coccyx the other day because your booty was too big. It was crazy.
Yeah. I was like, I don't feel anything.
You're like, it's just too big. I don't know what to tell you.
It's just squish and no bone.
That's so good. Yeah, dude. I remember it was like I was tattooing myself when I couldn't get tattoos, if you know what I mean, because it was like I always thought tattoos were so cool.
Yeah.
Like growing up. And I would just cover my clothes in them.
Yeah.
Like it became a point that I was just like, is this too much?
No,
I'm just adding more leaves.
You're a fashion designer.
I thought about doing that as a profession for a while.
You are.
Until I watched Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It was much before that. The amount of things, do you have a list of things that you wanted to do when you were a kid that you thought like, I will grow up and do this?
I really thought I was going to be an attorney. I really thought.
We've talked about this before because that's when we decided that we needed suits.
Yes.
We still need to get suits.
But I will never be an attorney.
I can't even imagine.
I mean,
you're
I
like
don't know
outside
what
the courtroom,
came
like
first, like the weed or
you come in there, you're like, Your Honor.
Man.
May I approach the bench? And they're like, why are your eyes closed?
May I? Like, is it cool?
Is it? No, yeah, it's not may I. Is it cool if I approach the bench?
Come on up. With the little glasses that are like John Lennon ones.
Yeah,
like
those little red ones that I have. Not you.
I did wear those on a pod.
You did. I want a Laura, attorney at law. I can't.
We could draw it.
Oh, we should. I can do like one of the courtroom sketches,
yes.
And it's like you like, but you're pointing a joint like at the.
Or give it a peace sign. Or pointing a joint, yeah. Lit.
There's a joint just hanging out of your mouth, and you're like, peace, like.
And hella ash. Like I'm just like super chill, and it's
just dangling. There's a couple bits falling, and you don't give a. You don't give a single because you're there in a pantsuit. Is it pantsuit or skirt suit?
I would do skirt.
I think skirt suit. You're always in skirt. Lift the skirt.
At least a pencil.
At least a girl. You in a pencil skirt. People wouldn't know what to do. People would not know what to do. Especially you're all like snatching. You just have this badonk in a pencil skirt.
I had a pencil skirt on the other day. Would you like to see?
Yes. If you want to get something, if you ever want anything, just put that ass in a pencil skirt and you can run the world.
A car, a house, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I mean, I don't even need to play this thing right now, but that's me in a pencil skirt. Come on.
Girl, you look fire.
I needed it.
You look fire.
I needed it.
But you know what you also need is like where it's like, I feel like you in a pencil skirt suit would have to be like, because even that was adorable, but it's too wide at the knees.
Yeah, because
your knees need to be tight.
Oh yeah,
you're penguin waddling into there and you don't go high, so you're gliding. Like, you don't care. You have a briefcase, it's bedazzled for like no reason.
Duh.
Yeah,
naturally.
it's perfect. I love it. Little red glasses. I can picture it now.
So what were you gonna do? Like,
so many things.
Think of what else.
I don't know what it is about. It felt like every girl in the 90s was obsessed with dolphins. I was one of those girls.
Like, did you want to be a dolphin trainer?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
I think every girl at some point goes through the idea of like, could I be a marine biologist? And then you realize that you don't want to do that at all. Yes. But like, dolphins are cool, I guess, although they are predatory.
And going to SeaWorld was always exciting. Like,
I don't like SeaWorld. I don't like orcas. I had an orca break my camera once.
What?
Yeah.
Was this at SeaWorld?
Yeah, we weren't in the splash zone, but I guess we were in the splash zone, because let me tell you, that camera bag did not prevent anything. The camera wasn't even out, and it was done. It was done.
Fuck that guy.
So, I mean, it's sad that they're kept in captivity. I don't like that. I mean, I don't think that there's really...
That's really the shittiest part. But
like,
just
let them go be dicks in the ocean. Not breaking my camera. They can't break my camera in the ocean. They're just minding their own business. Like, whoo, they do that. Like, they wave as they go through.
And they'd be nowhere around us.
No. And I don't need them around.
Supposed to be.
I don't care. I don't need an orca around. Orcas are dicks. And I don't care who knows. I don't want them around. SeaWorld. Why? Let them go. Free Willy. Isn't that what they say?
Didn't they get in trouble for like...
Oh, yeah.
For
all
many,
that Blackfish. Was it Blackfish or something like that? It's like a whole documentary and all that kind of stuff. But, dude, no. I don't need...
We're not down with you, SeaWorld.
I don't have, like, good SeaWorld memories. You know what I mean? They're all bad. So I say that if SeaWorld is still around, I don't think we need it anymore. Honestly, it's fish. I don't care about that.
Honestly, it's just fish.
It's fish. I don't care about that. I don't really care about seeing fish. Like, sometimes an aquarium's cool. Sometimes.
Yeah. But
only if they have the tunnels that you can walk through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
then they're all
fully
around
enclosed.
You. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just ranting about SeaWorld.
Well, it's one of my biggest fears is like going into like an area where there's tons of fish and like just, what if they all got out and just attacked you?
Yeah.
That would be freaky.
That would be terrifying. I don't like that at all. What do you think would be like the worst thing to be attacked by, like from a zoo or an aquarium?
Jellyfish.
But I mean, jellyfish, can they really attack you? I don't feel like they can move fast. I feel like it's kind of your fault if you get stung by a jellyfish.
What if
no, because you step on them.
Came in at once.
Oh, they're all just
you,
like,
and they just got you.
Have you ever thought that like when you're on top riding, you can make your butt look like a jellyfish?
Yeah.
Because you're like rocking.
Yeah.
And it goes like, and I've thought about that. And I thought about that because I saw my butt in the mirror once when I was on top and I was like, that shit looks like a jellyfish. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to ruin the moment, but I thought about it.
You should have. Come on.
Dude, actually that shit's been in my notes for like 6 months. That's how long ago it was. And I'm just bringing it up now.
The jellyfish and the starfish.
The jellyfish, the starfish, the wishmaker. I don't know what to tell you. My body is pretty aquatic. Maybe that's why Shamu didn't like me so much.
Yeah, Shamu was jelly.
Fish.
I was like, oh shit. He was super jelly.
Oh God.
So yeah, I never had any bad memories at SeaWorld, but I also do think it's pretty messed up having them in, their
it's
small
not cool
little
at
tanks all. And like being just like
they never seem happy.
They're not.
They don't seem happy to me.
They don't have places like to just like chill. They're like just from one tank to another tank all day long.
Yeah, it must be so boring. Because I think like even and the tanks they don't look cool. There's not like fun things around the corner for them to encounter. That's why I have my house set up this way because I spend a lot of time here. It's like my fish tank. But
exactly.
Like,
but
I'm like
customized.
someone who puts in like the colored pebbles and stuff at the bottom, and you're like, you know what? It's been a long time since we had something new in here. Let's get them like SpongeBob's house.
Yes.
Let's put that in there. Maybe we'll add some like kelp and shit.
And you know what? Maybe they're tired of eating the same fucking fish every day.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted pizza.
You don't even know. They could have pizza in the ocean. How do you know? Have you ever been down deep in the ocean?
Maybe they
I bet you haven't.
Pizza with caviar on top.
Maybe they do. Wait. Caviar isn't from Wales, right?
No. It's fish eggs.
Yeah, but fish
right?
eggs from what fish? Is there like a specific kind of fish that makes caviar? Caviar is not very good. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, like, I've had caviar.
Yeah.
And I've always just been kind of like, I mean, it's salty.
It was whatever.
It was like, I don't understand. Sometimes I think that the things that, like
the finer things.
Listen, the finer things in life I've personally found are not that fine. And I feel like it's just a ruse. Like, it's, because I don't do these sorts of things very often. So when I have, or when you're with someone, is my phone ringing? Oh.
And word from sponsor.
Hey, baby, I'm on the podcast. You want to say hello?
Hi.
I'll talk to you later.
Oh, shit.
You look really sexy. All right. Bye. I love you. Anyway, I was like feeling the vibrations and I was like, is this my inner aura just like coming to the surface? Like, I can't remember what I was talking about.
Jellyfish. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, the fucking, I hear people talk about like, oh, and foie gras. First of all,
Oh, yeah.
foie gras is faux na for me. Let me just say, because it's like inhumane the way that they harvest the foie gras anyway. Like just torturing these poor baby ducks, like to get their liver. And you're just eating like an organ. And it's gross and slippy. And I once had it like, you know, when you get like a tasting menu of things sometimes? It was just in that. And I didn't even know what it was. And they coated that shit in cotton candy. And let me just tell you, I've had a lot of disgusting, truly despicable things in my mouth. I'm a hoe. So when I tell you it was without a doubt the most disgusting thing that I have ever ingested into my body, you know it's not fucking good. And you can put a spin on it. You can be like, it's foie gras, it's expensive, it's so fancy. It's disgusting. You're paying a shitload of money. In some cases, people are just like, oh, the foie gras. And it's terrible. It's not good. And with caviar, it's kind of like you're just putting eggs on a cracker. And you're like, well, it's expensive. Why? Why? It's not that great.
Why are these eggs so rare?
Yeah. Don't fish have like a lot of eggs or something? And honestly, like, why are we doing that kind of stuff? Because I heard that the fish population is low. Why are we taking their eggs? Why are we taking their eggs so that you can fucking put them on a cracker and be like, this is $800, whatever the fuck caviar is.
Yep.
Like, and you can get shitty caviar, but it's like, I feel like people don't. I feel like people don't.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you hear about caviar, and the times I've tasted caviar, maybe it's just not the right caviar. I don't care. It's not something I need to experience again. It was terrible, and you can't convince me otherwise. And it's just
I had caviar at that one restaurant, the Viking Steakhouse, Primal.
Oh, yeah.
They had like these like fancy little like crab cake thingies that I was like, okay, I'm at a nice restaurant. I'm going to try the things, right? Even though I'm vegetarian, I'm like, I'll still like try the things if it's like said to be like something that's gourmet, delicious.
But isn't vegetarian still like fish?
Pescatarian would be that. But I'm not, I don't do fish at all.
Oh.
Like I don't even do chicken. I don't do fish.
I'm not a big fish person.
I don't do shrimp.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? Like I don't do anything. Like
I just had flashbacks of shrimp, like the cocktail sauce, and you just leave them out at the party.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing growing up was like those cocktail shrimp.
I'm good.
Ugh.
I'm good.
Gross.
So the only time that ever happens, like, is when it's from Whole Foods and they're nice shrimp. You know what I mean? But also it's like
even then I'm just like
for me, I'm just like I don't do fish.
There's poo in there.
Yeah.
They have poo in their stuff. Like when you see a little bit of the black in your shrimp, that's poo. You're eating poo. You're eating shrimp poo. Ugh. And I don't care how much cocktail sauce you put on that little dick.
You're going to taste the poo.
It looks like a little dick going into your mouth and it's full of poo. It's like a little poo covered dick that you're eating. And you're like, this is so good. I love it. What is wrong? What is wrong out there? I don't like it. Or when I'll get like a rice sometimes and it's like I don't read it and I just think fried rice.
Yeah.
And there's like little shrimps in there, like tiny little shrimp. And I'll get it in my mouth. I'll be like, because it's like the texture when you're not expecting.
Those are the worst shrimps, the tiny ones. That's like the lowest quality of shrimp.
I can't.
It's like the scary shrimp.
It's like the sad shrimp. It's like the little runt shrimp that nobody
wanted.
wanted.
When you're driving past downtown, like the strip and all that. It's like $2.99 shrimp cocktail. It's like beware. No. Just drive the other way.
If you see like discount oysters, discount
run.
any fucking fish, run away. Don't be tempted by a deal. I know that people out there like a deal. Listen, I like a deal. What can I say? I am a slave to the deal. When it comes to fish, don't get your sushi from a fucking gas station. Firstly,
And
what are
sometimes
we
not
doing?
even a grocery store because it's been out there all day.
Yeah.
You know, just go
I feel
somewhere.
like sushi is something that should be kind of made fresh there for you. It's like, what are we doing? You don't need sushi that bad from a 7-Eleven because then you're just asking for whatever happens between your body and the toilet for the next 24 hours. So
Yeah.
that's on you.
That's a lot of pressure
That's
on that toilet.
on your asshole too. So think about that. Do you want to be out there prolapsing from a 7-Eleven sushi because you just had to have it now? Go somewhere. It doesn't have to be like some fancy fucking sushi place,
No.
but just go to a place that they're just there making the sushi. Not whatever they're giving you at 7-Eleven, which is like probably colon cancer. Who knows?
Imitation crab.
This is all
It's
for
like,
jokes. Don't sue me, 7-Eleven. I don't have money.
Don't come for us.
Don't come for us, but y'all should come for us. You know what I mean? With your penises.
She said it. Look at it. He's like, yay.
One thing about me is I'm going to say the damn thing. 'Cause
Yay.
I feel like for a while I was like in this weird headspace. It was when we got like taken down where I was starting to like where I was starting to censor myself with things. You know what I mean? And like overthinking what I was about to say. And I was thinking about that today because I kept getting like really nervous before episodes.
Yeah.
And today I like wasn't because I like knew stuff, a couple things I wanted to talk about. I knew I was going to see you and chill and have a time.
Yeah.
And I'm not like overthinking, but man, that overthinking fucking gets you, dude.
Or just when you're having a rough week or day and then you like don't want that to be like the vibe for when you're in here. Like for me, like sometimes it's like, man, you're going through shit and then you're like, you don't want that shit to follow you into like a positive zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
so I get that. And like the full moon shit fucked with me.
Yeah, it was wild,
I'm telling
dude.
you, I didn't even want to go outside after like a certain point. I was like, no, thank you.
No.
Bye, full moon energy. You know?
Get out of here. Don't
Yeah.
show me your ass anymore.
See you next
But-
year.
But it did make me think because when you were saying the other day how we were like sitting here with the lights off and it was
Yeah.
just like just the
zip-
colored lights and we're like it's peaceful and sometimes I will come in here
Yeah.
and just like sit with the lights off, just little glowy lights.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
just
just
chill.
relaxed. And it's one of the things where it's a little fucking chaotic in here, but it's like the one space of the house that's a little chaotic. But even though that shit is so organized, it's because everything out there is chaotic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like a flip-flop of energy, this little space. And it makes me really happy.
Yeah. It's so dope.
We've created such like a fun space because the podcast is a space like between like Patreon and getting involved with like other types of content that isn't just the stuff that we normally shoot. Like it feels really cool to have this with you and I just appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you.
And also, we got to talk about a couple more Polaroids later.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was really fun doing last episode. So I hope you guys enjoy that and let us know. Because are they sharing that on our Patreon, the Polaroids?
That was part of the whole episode. So
Sweet.
even if you're on YouTube, you probably saw it.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that because it's fun just looking back at those memories and just reliving it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always like, oh, cool. Because whenever we do anything fun, the Polaroid camera comes with us.
Yeah, it goes
You know what I mean?
everywhere. Like there's so many years of Polaroids up on this wall, which is wild because I don't even keep all of them. I just keep like my favorites.
Yeah.
And then I usually sell the other
This
ones.
one.
Yeah. See, and then we're like, oh, Hawaii right there.
Hawaii.
We have Star Wars over here.
That turned out badass.
Didn't it?
It looks real. It looks like
real
you are
good.
chilling with the stormtroopers.
Yeah, and this one behind where we have the lightsabers
Yeah.
branded, so I'm a little bit behind the Y, but
That one's dope. Yeah,
it's just
making
like
memories.
and it's like life moves so quick and I feel like it moves faster all the time because we're always doing more. So it's hard to remember to like slow down and like once you do and you try to process, like just looking at these makes
Yeah.
me think of how much stuff we've done.
Yeah.
Even though it feels like it's never enough because we just enjoy creating. But sometimes you go so fast that you forget all the good times and memories and things that came from that.
Oh yeah.
So it's awesome to be surrounded by it because I feel like we've just had like such a fun little adventure together these past couple of years and it makes me really
and
happy.
it's not a little adventure anymore. I mean, this is literally the longest friendship I've ever had. Like,
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like,
dude.
ever. 'Cause-
Especially like the close proximity, like obviously helps that we live especially right down the road from each other. But even
it used to
before
be
it was
so
like
far.
but we would still fucking do it. And that's
Yeah.
how you know that's like friendship, dude.
Yeah.
And like it makes me really appreciate it. I'm getting all like sentimental because we're almost at 3 years, and I was thinking because we're going to be recording the song after this episode.
Get ready.
And we're very excited because it gets better every time we test record it, and I am so fucking pumped. Like, I have started coming up with the whole mood board. I have started coming up with a shot list. We are getting things booked, y'all. You are not ready.
It's gonna be.
And I have such high expectations for this music video, for this song parody that we have created, that if it doesn't turn out exactly how I see it in my brain when I read those song lyrics,
She's gonna beat me.
I might have to just not be here anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
She's gonna go for her final.
I mean, in the world, I have porn to make, but like, if it doesn't just shatter my own expectations, I'm gonna be devastated. I'm going to be so disappointed in myself.
She'll put a weight against her ankle and just jump in the pool.
Yeah. But I can touch everywhere in the pool, so I'll just be stuck in
Yeah,
the pool
but
with my
you'll
head
be
above
like-
water. And I'll be like, this tracks. This fucking
Yeah,
tracks.
this is fine. This is fine. You're like, actually, the pool's nice, so I'm doing something good for me.
No, can you imagine? It's so cold. So,
Oh, is
because
it?
it's just like, it's so cold. It's not heated at all by any means. So I'd just be there like in a cold plunge, trapped there by my ankle weights. Like with my head above water, like,
I hate this.
It's so funny. The idea of me trying to drown myself in the pool, but I can touch everywhere, so I can't. Laura,
Yes?
my lips are so dry.
What happened?
I don't know, but I think if you kiss me, it will help.
No!
Well, in lieu of that, I guess I might go to liquidiv.com and use code TWND to save 15% and get free shipping on everything that I purchase. And luckily, I did, because joining us today, we have sugar-free white grape from Liquid IV. If you've never tried Liquid IV before, Laura, do you want to tell them a little bit about what they can find inside one stick of Liquid IV?
Well, one stick of Liquid IV contains all the vitamins and nutrients that you need to really be hydrated, and it has all the B's.
Vitamin B3, B5, B6, B12,
B12,
and vitamin C, which are very, very good for your hydration station, which is your body.
Yes.
So if you think that you might be dehydrated, you probably are. If you're seeing this right now or hearing this, you are probably dehydrated, because a lot of people are. And I like to start my morning, every morning, with one stick of Liquid IV, dissolved in 16 to 18 ounces of water. I just put it in my little tumbler, take it out on my day, and I have it before I even start coffee in the morning.
It's the best. And then this is the sugar-free one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're all so good.
My personal favorite is white peach. I'm just currently out of white peach because I drank it all. But we love Liquid IV, and if you guys want to give it a try, these are perfect for a stocking stuffer, I would think, for the ho-ho holidays, or any time of year, really. I guess you could really have a stocking any time of year, but right now it's Christmas, so consider it in your gift purchases. You can go to liquidiv.com. Use code TWND to save 15% and get free shipping on everything that you purchase. Help the pod, help your hydration, or the hydration of your loved ones. Do you not care about the hydration of the people that you love?
Yes.
Do you want them to walk around all winter with chapped lips?
No.
Depression? Sadness? Those things can come from being dehydrated and just all walks of life, but something that will put a smile on their face is a pack of Liquid IV. So go to liquidiv.com, use code TWND, save 15% on everything that you purchase, and get free shipping. Thank you, Liquid IV, and back to the freaking show.
Ooh. It's like a kiddie pool.
Oh, fuck.
Just like the little plastic ones.
I'm just sitting in it.
I kind of want to get one of those
That
now.
would be such a funny, like, sure, it's just me in a kiddie pool, and it's like, I don't want to be here.
Everything's content.
Everything is content, dude.
Everything is content. I like your variety of slippers. So you
Dude.
could choose which ones you're feeling.
Let me just tell you, these have gotten worse. Look at them. Look at them. They're disgusting. I don't understand.
Is this week 2?
Yeah, but look, these ones.
Perfect.
No, they're not. They're still getting the dark.
Well, they look better.
They
than
look
these.
better, sure. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's good. I felt my feet sweating today. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, mine too. My green ones are gross. I can't, and I still have not tossed my smiley ones that we used to have matching ones.
'Cause
I'm hanging on to them. I'm like, they're so cute.
you're like me with my pants.
But then I keep going to try them on. I go, oh, these are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, your pants, you still have them?
No, I finally threw them away the other day. I parted ways with them. It made me sad. I had like a whole moment. I like held them in my hands. The trash can opened itself and closed itself a few times as I stood there staring at my pants, and I was like,
R.I.P. pants.
it was a good run until I ran through you. But fuck, dude, it was crazy. I was thinking, I've been feeling like a little like,
Yeah.
and I think I realized what it was is that we were talking about it off cam, but I was like, I haven't really been eating. Like I've been eating,
That'll do
but
it.
I'll eat in like small increments,
Yeah.
right? Or then I'll forget about the food, so I'll eat some of it,
Yeah.
and then like I forget about the rest of it, and then I put it in the fridge because I'll eat it later. And I just go through. I don't think I'm eating enough because Mr. Man hasn't been around to remind me.
Like, here's your food.
Like you remind me to eat if we're
Here's
shooting
your
something.
food. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also realized I haven't really been eating many vegetables,
No.
which is like not good. So I was talking to my man today. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll order some vegetables from that Thai place because they have really good like bok choy with like carrots and all this other stuff. It's really good.
Yum.
And I was like, because it's good and I know I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Because I've had it before. And he's like, you could just go to the store. Get some vegetables. And I was like, see, but the thing is, I don't know how to cook vegetables, and it seems like a big effort for me with all the things I have to do in a day to go to the store to
Chop up all the
buy
veggies.
vegetables.
Yeah.
Maybe or maybe not cook them that day, and then by the next day you're kind of like questioning the validity of the vegetables, or at least I do because I'm insane. So then you spend all the time cutting up the vegetables,
Yep.
which takes like a while.
The prep alone.
And then there's the cleanup afterwards
Yes.
and all of that, only to sadly sit alone and eat vegetables that I cooked for myself. Like that probably aren't
The
gonna
fulfillment isn't there.
that probably aren't gonna be as good as if I just got the vegetables from the place that makes good vegetables. Do you know
that
what
they
I
make
mean?
in bulk
Yeah.
all day long.
But then he's like, what you could do is you could look up a recipe for like really good cooked vegetables, find one you like, and then make those vegetables. I was like,
Kind of like when you bake.
yeah, I was like, yeah, but that sounds like a lot of effort. And he's like, well, if you're lazy, I understand. And I go, what? I was like, that kind of makes me want to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah, that's the kind of like fire they need to light under our ass, because otherwise it makes us feel like, okay, no, it's all good. I could do it this way.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, really? Well, then just be lazy. Yeah.
Listen, if you need me to do something and you need it done now, just tell me I'm being lazy or that I probably couldn't do it.
And then it's
because
done.
it will be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It could be something that should take an hour. It'll be done in 5 minutes. Like, it will be done. You know what I mean?
She will crack the code.
There is no greater motivation for me than someone telling me, you can't.
Yep.
That sounds to me like a fucking challenge, and I am rising to the occasion. Ring the damn bell, because daddy's coming.
Ding, ding, ding.
I don't know what to tell you. It is something inside of me, and I don't know where it comes from. Apparently, my dad has listened to a few episodes. So, Dad, if you know where that comes from, let me know. Would love to hear about that.
Call in 702-900-6446.
Because I'm like, I don't know where that comes from. That I'm just like, oh, you think I'm lazy? You think I can't do that? Well,
You fool.
you fool.
Yeah.
Because I'm delusional.
We all are.
We all are, but some a little more than others. And let me tell you, there is a sickness that enters my brain when someone's like, well, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, fucking watch me.
Get down with the sickness, girl.
Yeah.
Get down.
It's like one of my first boyfriends was so... I heard that song so many times because it was... And I'm gonna get down with the sickness. Right down with the sickness. And I was just like...
Did you have a small dick?
I mean, it wasn't big. It wasn't small. It was kind of...
There's no correlation there. Don't
It's
worry.
one of those dicks that, like, it didn't really leave an impression.
It was there.
It was a dick. That much I know. I can't really speak to the smallness, but definitely not to the bigness. Because if it's big, you remember, because you're like, oh, it was a little bit more difficult. You know what I mean? Like, and let's just say we did a lot of anal because I assume it was smaller. But I don't know for sure. I just know that I did not like it.
No, sir, I do not like
And
it.
I remember the time that a condom fell off his dick. Did I tell you about this? No. It was pussy stuff. So there was a condom, you know, like, anyway.
Well, I don't know what kind of freaky shit he was into.
It wasn't that one. It was like one of my first boyfriends. It wasn't the other one. He who shall not be named. I mean, I won't name this guy either, poor guy. But
if he's watching, please.
dude, he could be. He hit me up on Facebook a couple years ago, and it was weird, and I just ignored it. It's like, I saw you on TikTok. I was like, oh. Anyway, so it was one of those like, ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh. Thanks for the memories.
These are the conversations that we live for.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so anyway, the condom fell off inside of me, which I'm not gonna say that I have like a cavernous womb vagina hole. I don't know anatomy.
Cavity.
But here's the thing. It doesn't just fall off because my vagina is so fucking tight, which I got yelled at for, by the way. And two, I think it's because the condom was too big. So did he have a small dick? I'm not saying he did. Did he have a big dick? No, because it wouldn't have fallen off. So, and I remember the freak out that occurred and like me ending up paying for a plan B and shit like that. And I just kind of blacked out through the whole thing because I was like, and I was like, it's all my fault, but it is your fault. Like my roommate came out like in the basement, like, is everything like, you know what I mean? It's the whole thing. You know, those early relationships, just girly things. So I have a great track record with guys.
I had a picture in my head of a giant dick in a very tiny condom.
Oh,
Like just like busting at the seams.
He's so excited. He's just like,
It's like just on the tip.
yeah, it's just like, just coming out like a little hat.
And then when the cum comes out, the hat flies.
You know what?
Picture it?
That's probably what it was. He probably just had such a big dick that the condom was like a little cap on it. And when he came, it just flew
Like one
off
of
into
those-
my cavernous pussy. That's probably what happened.
Like one of the buttons. The little flippy button.
Yeah.
Gary's just there.
Oh,
hanging.
Gary. Listen, we've all been Gary at some point, haven't we?
I
No?
mean-
Not everyone. Well, I guess you haven't really lived a full life, have you?
Guess you have goals to fill.
That's so funny to me. It sounds like I have no goals because I've been a Gary.
I mean,
So for those
those
who
are
might
things
be
that I look at.
For those who might be new to the show, Gary is the cum-covered biscuit. He's on some sticker merch. Gary lives around somewhere.
Shout
I
out.
don't-
Well, there's tons of Garys.
There's tons of Garys over
I'll
there.
get one.
But
Show Gary.
so the thing is with Gary is that if y'all have never heard of the game before, because Laura hadn't, let me introduce you to the game of Soggy Biscuit, which apparently is kind of like a frat hazing type thing from what I've heard. So there's a biscuit. David can zoom. There's a biscuit that goes on the floor, and then everybody stands in a circle and J's or D over the biscuit, and the last person to ejaculate has to eat the biscuit. So not only do you have the saddest cum, you have to consume all of the cum. So
Shout out to Ivan.
shout out to Ivan. Oh, we could have Ivan back. He said he has so many stories.
We need those stories because those were really fun.
Me too.
I had never heard of a soggy biscuit before.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm glad that Ivan could relate and that Ivan had heard of the biscuit, so I wasn't alone.
You and biscuit lovers.
Ugh. I actually do love biscuits. You know, there was a weird time that I can remember in memory when it, like, I don't think I had maybe just started camming, maybe, but like no money. It was one of those about to be evicted from my apartment situations at the time. So there was this recipe for like those biscuits, like really doughy, thick Southern biscuits that were super cheap to make because it was like a couple
Flour.
ingredients, like and stuff you could get from the 99-cent store in California. Like the 99-cent store had everything, probably things that shouldn't be on the shelves, but you got them anyway because you didn't care because you don't have money. So
Birth control.
like,
no, I'm kidding.
dude, so much shit. They probably would have birth control. They're like, this one is $2.99, but there's still 99 in it, so it's fine.
It's knockoff.
Knockoff.
Plan D.
It's only like 50. It's only like 2% effective. Like, you're like, but hey, that's 2% more than
Plan Z.
Plan C. Plan Z. Wow, we've gotten all the way here.
Welcome.
But so you could make like biscuits, and then they'd have those little packs of gravy powder that you could mix with milk and have like just infinite biscuits and gravy. I ate so much biscuits and gravy. It was like the ramen packs too, of course. But
With
biscuits
butter?
and gravy is when you wanted to like feel a little like you were making food. You know
Fine
what I mean?
dining?
Fine dining. Just on that tiny little. What is it about the oven stoves that are like this fucking big that they shove into an apartment that they're charging you too much money for? You can't barely cook anything on it. You can barely get the thing to light. It's probably a fire hazard. Like,
it's like way too close to everything.
yeah. I remember that in this apartment in particular, there was no like real ventilation over it either. So the kitchen would just get like so hot. You have to like open a window, but there was no air conditioning. So you're kind of just sucking out hot air while blowing hot air out. So it wasn't really like effective.
It was never a win-win.
No, it was never. And the wind didn't matter because it was like we were not at a point where the wind would ever come in because it was like a weird corner. You know when they split up a house that's too small into apartments? It was one of those.
Oh, a duplex or whatever they call
Not
it.
even. It was like something that was like a ranch style house and then had like
Extra
4
rooms?
apartments shoved into it. So they're all like these tiny
Wow.
little, dude, like a 300, I don't know if this is big or not because it wasn't big. It was like, I swear to God, the entire apartment with a kitchen and a bathroom was probably the square of this podcast room. Like if you go
What?
from that, like no door, like that door doesn't live there. It was like, psh,
So studio apartment
basically.
style,
Yeah.
where it's just like one giant room, but you do have a little bit of a kitchen.
Yeah,
and a
but like
bathroom.
not room to fit like hardly a fucking thing.
No couch.
Not that we had anything. Found a couch. The couch was like just barely fit with the bed. It was like a really small.
Was this
like
in San Francisco?
San Diego?
Oh, similar.
Yeah.
Another San.
Another San. San Fran, San Jose, San Diego,
A whale's vagina.
San. Oh, Anchorman is so good.
San Diego. Man, the last time I went to San Diego, I couldn't get over the traffic. Like how bad it had like become.
Oh,
because
really?
It was
I haven't been there in
already
so long.
bad when I lived there over 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
So like now to just like see how insane the freeways are, like just on a normal time, like let's say 1 p.m., not even rush hour.
Yeah.
It's still a sea of cars. And it's like you just want to go, ugh, you know, like it's not
I feel like
cute.
sometimes in Vegas is starting to get like that, dude, because there's so many new people
And
who've moved here and
construction.
construction.
That's the hardest thing.
But then it's like this other weird concept of like, I swear, like nobody knows how to drive. Maybe
Yes.
I've just reached that age where like nobody knows how to drive. But meanwhile, I've not been in an accident.
No, and it's true though.
But
Nobody knows how to drive.
Nobody does. They're like, people aren't using turn signals. Like the other day, this person comes whipping down the road doing like 5 above the speed limit, like at least, let's be honest. And it's like residential. Like you don't do that. At least I don't because I'm a sane person. But they come whipping down. So I need to pull out. And I'm like, okay, so I'll wait for them to pass. At the last second, no blinker, nothing. They whip into like the street that I was waiting. I thought they were going to hit me for a sec, dude. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
And you're like, I'm not even moving
They
barely.
whipped around the corner at like 45 and it's like, it's not a curve, it's a corner. Like they just sent that Suburban and I was like, yo.
Also,
That's
it's like,
crazy.
obviously you're all in a hurry, but like, are you going to really make that much more time?
No.
Like in your travels by driving like a complete asshole?
No. And there's like a lot of lanes of traffic. Like even when traffic is like trafficky,
Yeah.
it's still not that bad. Because I've lived, like when the traffic is trafficking, let me just tell you, we all feel like victims because you're just like in there and you cannot escape. You know what I mean? Because if you miss an exit, you are fucked for at least the next 20 minutes. We have all been there.
Yes.
And especially like California for you, California for me. I've experienced the California traffic and also the fucking Tacoma to Seattle stretch of highway. Oof. I don't know if it's still like that. David, please let me know. But that was the most insane fucking thing of how long it could take to get from Tacoma to Washington to Seattle. Yeah. It should have been like a 15-minute drive at best. You're spending hours just sitting there.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
And poor people do that on the daily. Not poor people, but
I had a moment where I was like,
people.
It was like my shoes, my shoes comment. It was so funny because like afterwards, like I was like, oh my God, that does sound so bad, but it's like never how it comes out in your head. When you say
You're like, oh shoot, I gotta like rephrase that big time.
Phrasing.
But it's like, yeah, people like, I mean, I was like also involved in like a lot of driving when I had to just go like not even more than 10 miles to work. And then it would take, like you said, like, forever. And you're like, how much do I really love this job?
No, dude. I remember like my Victoria's Secret job I told you about. Fucking, I remember just whipping through because I had the motorcycle. So I would cut the lanes of traffic because you can do that.
In your push-up bra?
You can do that. Well, let me just tell you, I would put that shit on like when I got to work most of the time.
You're like,
because
I hate this.
It was so uncomfortable. It's just squeezing nothing into more nothing. And it's just so dumb. But so it'd zip through, right? And cut through and just be like, thank God it's a motorcycle. Because I couldn't imagine getting paid nothing to go sit. It's like, it's already bad enough that I wasn't making like enough money to basically afford to go to work, but to also have the cost of a not fuel efficient car, because motorcycles are at least more fuel efficient, and then having to sit in that to go work at Victoria's Secret, where it's not everywhere, I'm sure, but where I was, they did not treat us well, let me just say. And so it was like, I feel so lucky to not be doing that.
Yeah.
Because I can't fucking like I'm glad though that I've had the experiences of very shitty jobs to really make me appreciate what I have now.
Yes,
like because
absolutely.
I feel like the struggle is so important because I always see this stuff and it's like such the thing now of like you should never have to suffer, you should never have to have a bad feeling, and it's like that is what builds you.
Yep.
Like it because I feel like if you don't have to struggle, if you never have any adversity in your life, you are the most boring, like, bless your fucking heart, but you are the most boring fucking person on the planet. We all know how much I love making content, and one of the most important things for quality videos is lighting. But who wants the same old boring ring light? You can upgrade from basic to adorable at kawaiilighting.com with code TWND for 10% off. This podcast is lit by Kawaii Lighting's star-shaped ring light. There are also heart and kitty cat options to make you feel as cute as these lights look. Kawaii Lighting has many RGB options, which you'll have seen used in many of my videos and photos. Don't be basic. Stand out with Kawaii Lighting by using code TWND to save 10% and help support this wholesome pod. Let them know we sent you. Because if you have to overcome something, no matter what that is, whether it's something traumatic, whether it's, climbing out of whatever shitty situation that you're in, you have so much more appreciation when you reach the other side of that. And you have so much more respect for everybody else who is also going through the things that you have gone through. So it's like, yes, you should have shitty experiences in life.
Or even worse things. It's like, you're just like, holy cow. Like, yeah, everyone is in their own, like, freaking shitstorm or whatever. Or has been through something similar or worse. And it's just like, man, like, it makes you really value everything. Yeah. The good.
Yeah. Because it's like, if you have nothing to compare it to, if everything is just good all the time, don't you think that would be, like...
boring?
Not even just boring, but, like, unfulfilling.
Yeah.
Because you're just, like... And I'm not saying, like, welcome in a bunch of negative things into your life and be like, oh, everything is negative.
Bring a little bit of toxic in.
Bring a little bit of toxic in. Keep it interesting. You know what I mean? What they're saying now. But seriously, it is one of those things of, like, how boring would it be if there was never a dispute to be had? How boring would it be
If we were all the same.
if we were all the same, if we
Like-
all had the same interests? Like even people who are like, oh, like, and sex work is so like frowned upon. And I mean, I've been there too. Like, I get it. Like, it's frustrating to have to be censored and stuff like that. And like I've said before, I don't believe that like my tits should be all over for everybody to see everywhere. What I'm saying is, like, when you are adhering to rules, it is frustrating to still be censored anyway because of what you do on other platforms, right? So, and I understand that, but also it's like if there was no stigma behind it, there'd be like almost everyone would do it. And not like everyone, but a lot of people. And when there's that much saturation in the market, let me just tell you, those prices go down, and then maybe I would rather work at Victoria's Secret. You know what I mean? But like, there's pros and cons to every single situation. It's like, if I could look at maybe other things I could have done besides this, sure, I could have had a happy or whatever life, but I don't know that. All I know is what I have now. And it's like, if you spend all this time focusing on like, well, if I had done this instead, or like, what if this happens in the future? It's like, well, that already happened. That hasn't happened yet. And it might never.
Yeah.
It might never. All you can focus on is the shit that you are doing right now. But then if you can take the time to pause from the shit that you're doing right now and take a moment to look back at all the shit that you have done, no matter what it is. It's not just like, oh, we've done so many shoots. It's like anything that you've done, whatever you have overcome, you can look back on that when you have a moment to give yourself peace, to reflect and be like, okay, these are things I've done. I can still do things. They are still going to be coming to me at all times. It's just not necessarily in the way that we think they're going to. Everybody needs to like slow the fuck down.
It's the timing.
Yeah.
And like timing is like super important in so many different like avenues, whether it's your work, whether it's like your life, like your relationships or your family. It's like we only have the time that we have now. And that's it.
Timing is also important in tap dancing.
Yes, it is. And playing the drums.
Do you play the drums?
No.
I feel like that's something that you would just pull out of your hat.
No, I never did. But like, it's just like the timing is what keeps the song together. Everything, it needs timing, right?
That's true. I liked the drums in Guitar Band or whatever it was, the whatever the Xbox one was. Yeah.
I even had the DJ one, DJ Hero.
Nice.
I loved those games. Yeah. They made me feel like a badass.
I think my dad would sing like the Cyndi Lauper song, "The Girls Just Want to Have Fun." I'm pretty sure.
I love that.
Oh, by the way, do you remember we were talking about rocking around the Christmas tree?
Yeah.
I thought the other day of what that was because I was reviewing the episode and I was like, it hit me. We had one of those Santas that would go like this, where they shake and they're like dancing and they move like the little animatronic
like
Santas. Yeah, that whenever you would walk past, it'd be like rocking around the Christmas tree, and almost like that is where it comes from. That is where it comes from. I remember the Billy Bass on the wall too.
Yeah,
like just belting it out when you're trying to take a pee and you're like, dear God.
He was in the bathroom. Yeah. He would keep you company.
Yeah, just
what would he sing?
Sing his little anthem. What was it?
I remember those. My uncle had one probably in the bathroom too.
What was it?
Take me to the river.
Yes.
Is it that one?
Yeah, take me to the river, drop me in the water.
I remember that.
Take me to the I can't remember what the rest of it was, though. That's so funny.
I think everyone can relate to someone's dad or uncle having one of those, or you might even have one to yourself.
I think that was a rite of passage for like becoming a man back in the day. It's like you had to have a Billy Bass on your wall somewhere.
When you turned 14. It's just handed down to you.
Oh, the
from
Billy
generation to generation. There's great grandpa Billy Bass and
well, this one's been around since 1993. This goes back. This one's seen everything. He's been in bathrooms, bedrooms. You know what I'm saying. Billy's seen everything. Billy knows, but Billy won't tell. All he wants to know is, take me to the river, drop me in the water, take me to... All right, I'm done. So...
yeah, there was that.
I can't remember. That was from the Santa thing, the rocking around the Christmas tree.
Well, I'm glad that came back to you in your memory box.
I am too.
Up in there, because you were like, I don't remember how or why I know this, but it's just like something from your childhood.
Yeah, and I could see him like with his, because it's just his butt shakes. He's like this.
He had the jellyfish butt.
Yeah, and he would like, like that's how I dance now. That Santa is why I can't twerk, because that's how I try to. Like,
people are like, are you okay?
Rocking around the cross street. Like, are you having a seizure? I'm like, no, I'm dancing.
Moves. She's got the moves.
I don't have the moves.
Neither do I. I do not dance well at all. And I took like dance classes growing up.
Really?
Well, just like the normal ones.
Do you ever do Zumba?
No, but I bet you I'd love it. I don't know.
I did the Zumba on the Xbox, where it would like follow you with like.
Was it fun?
It had the camera. Kind of. I mean,
those classes are fun.
It wasn't good though, because it's hard. It's hard for me to like replicate. So I would break a sweat because I'd be working really hard, but like not doing what they were doing. Like I wouldn't get good scores. It's just like, because it was hard for me. I'm like, okay, so your arms go like this. But then I'm going, but wait, is it backwards? And so I'd like get extra movements in there. Like I'm
what
Carlton.
About Dance Revolution?
That one I was fucking good at. I love Dance Revolution. We should go to Dave and Buster's and DDR that shit, because
I will video you. That is my worst game.
Have I played piano keys with you, where I just sit there and I get in the zone and I piano key and I get all the tickets, because
oh wow, that's a game?
I don't leave piano keys until I have the high score of the day.
That's a game? Piano keys?
It's just big piano keys that light up, and you look at the screen and it shows you which one you have to tap as you go up.
So it's kind of like Guitar Hero and all those, where you just like
it's like Dance Revolution with your hands. And I do not leave. I will use as many coins, tickets, whatever they are, as needed to get the high score for that day. It usually takes me 3 tries. Because I will be the fucking high score.
She's got it down to a science.
I do.
Everybody.
I do. You just get in the zone. You kind of look at the middle of the screen, because then you can just zone out. So if you know where your hands are at all times, you know what I mean? So it's
that
good.
Sounds so intense.
It's so. You should see me do it some. Have I ever showed you the video?
I just saw your face look so deadpan right now.
Do you want to see me do it? I have a video of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Let's look this up, because dude,
I
will fuck with that.
am very happy that you have a video of this.
And DDR, dude, I would do that. I remember pulling out the mats on the floor, and I'm just fucking, my feet are flying.
They had it for the house?
Yeah, for it was with Xbox. They had like they had these big mats that you had a long cord that reached all the way to the Xbox. Yeah, I'm old. What about it? We had cords back in the day. Go fuck yourself. So anyway, but yeah, and I would just tear that shit up. Wow, this was so long ago. Hang on. I'm in favorites folder, and girl, there are just years to swipe through. But
it was like a giant. It was like a giant twister, but like with automated.
Dude, I love that shit.
Plug in.
I remember the red ring of death, dude. That's how fucking old I am. That's not a thing that happens now, from what I understand.
It doesn't? That's gone?
The red ring of death. No, there isn't even like a red ring on my Xbox anymore, because that's way back in the day, just that big old air.
Everyone would be so sad when the red ring would happen. They'd be like, no.
Enjoy. You can turn on the sound if you want.
You're like, yes.
I'm so in the zone. It's so aggressive. I am not kidding. It's so loud when I do, because I'm like slamming in there. I'm just like I look like a hacker, but like on piano keys, like when they show.
She's cracking the code.
Oh, I love that shit. Do you have like a favorite arcade game, like a Dave and Buster's type game, or?
I always like any of the like the games where you have to like do something like drop a ball into a certain hole and it gets more points. Like not like skee ball, but like the one where like it drops from above and you have to like make sure it like somehow lands into the one where it's like jackpot or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You know those.
Yeah, getting it right in the hole. But yeah,
it's so satisfying.
We should go to Dave and Buster's, because I feel like, have you and I been together?
I've only been once out here.
Girl, we gotta do it. We can go win the prizes. Maybe they'll have the ramen man back.
Oh yeah, you got the slushy guy last time, right?
Yeah, I got the slushy and the small fry. So.
Aww. Yeah, they better stock up on that ramen.
Yeah, they had a giant. Listen, all right. Okay.
We
It
can
was
make
a giant ramen pillow. He was like this big. He had a cute little face. He had little arms. And I was like, how cute would Mr. Ramen Man be sitting between Laura and I on the couch? We could just pet him. We could make love to him if we wanted to. We wouldn't really do that, but you never know, me and pillows. So, but the thing is, I saved up tickets. We went like 3 nights almost like back to back, like to get the tickets for Mr. Ramen. The day that I get enough tickets for Mr. Ramen, Ramen-san is gone. Gone. Like, cause I was like, he was here yesterday. He'll be here today. He's been here.
You went 3 days in a row?
Basically, it was like,
wow.
It was like
dedication.
1 and then 1. So it was like, we're stacking it out, right? And I'm like, I will get this fucking ramen.
Shit.
Gone.
How many points was he?
I got a lot of tickets.
1 million.
1 million. No, it was a shitload, but I saved up for it because I was like just piano keying my way to the ramen.
I did not know it was a 3-day journey to try and get
Yeah, it wasn't just like, oh, one day I was like, oh, there's a ramen-san. No, it was like a calculated effort to get this ramen. Like, I was looking for other game cards from other times I had been there. I'm stacking things together. I'm like, I will have this ramen. And then someone had the fucking audacity.
Rude. But that's what I say. Rude.
They're cute. So
and
it's fine.
Yeah, and now you have a collection.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
The more the merrier. I love the little Mario too. Is he from Dave and Buster's?
No, he's just from. I've gotten a lot of Mario stuff over the years because I've done a lot of Princess Peach.
Yeah.
I used to do Princess Peach on cam. I've done videos.
So he was a prop for the shoot.
He was part of the shoot.
Yeah, I remember now. I'm like, oh, he's so cute.
Back in the day, throwback. If you've been around me this long, I had a Princess Peach. Like I had a Mario. He was one of the cardboard cutouts that I left in front of cars in the shopping center. That was so fun. Did I say that on an episode? Anyway, people remember. It was fun. So, but I did Princess Peach, and then I bought like this cardboard castle that was like. So you could color on it and make it your own castle. But I had that set up like in the cam room.
So it was just living in there.
And Ein, much younger Ein back in the day, he knows like go in your crate. Like he knows that like or go to your bed or whatever. So I told him, Ein, go to your castle. And he would go through the little doors into the castle. So I left it up for so long so I could just be like, Ein, go in your castle. And he would go sleep in the castle.
Oh, you have to get another one.
I know. It was so cute.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a cute one on Etsy. It's a little bit like more dog buddy.
There could be. I actually found this cute little I'm doing that thing again where I just talk about my dogs. But anyway, I don't care. It's our fucking show. We can talk about whatever we want.
Also, I think everyone likes a little update of the dogs. So.
I think they do. People always ask. So I'm letting you know. I found a cute little teepee. It's a cute little tent with like cute little drapes on it, and I thought that would just be so cute.
Put the string lights in there.
Because I, for some reason, has been trying to go into Edward's box, and Edward does not like that.
Yeah,
Edward's
it's his
like,
box.
that's my box. Like Julia doesn't even go in his box, and I feel like Ian is poking at Edward lately. Like he'll look at him and he'll just start wandering towards the box. Like,
can I come in? Hey,
I'm just gonna
try it
go
out.
inside your box if that's not a problem. And then Edward's like,
oh no.
Like he'll be on the couch and just like warning growling at him, and they just kind of inch closer and closer together. And I'm like, if I don't step in, it's going to be like the slowest collision ever, but then it'll be a flurry. You know what I mean?
Yes!
So I thought
I've seen it. It becomes a flurry.
Yeah. It's just like
out of nowhere.
Fur, paws, blood everywhere. It's like the whole 9 yards.
Biting.
Like I somehow get a scratch. It's a whole thing. So I thought if I got Ian a teepee, then he could have his little teepee to go into. I'd be like, Ian, go in your tent.
Yes. Get in there.
I think that would be cute.
I would totally get a teepee for the ferrets because I saw one on Pinterest and like they had like a cute little setup for the like this ferret room with teepee. But then I was like, I have no floor space. Like everything is in its place now in the house. That anything that's gonna be on the floor is just gonna take up more space because I already have like one of their little play pins and it's like one of those little ones where you could zip them in and they can like play with the balls and like do all that. And it's like I think that would be adorable.
I wish you could put stuff on your walls because I was just thinking of how cute it would be to get like the stuff, like the tubes.
Yeah, and just let them run.
Yeah, and you could like cover it with like plants and stuff so they have like little areas to run out. It's a bummer about the walls.
I know, and then I even got these cool little sticky things, and this is off like tangent too. Sorry, but like you know how I bought stickies for the Polaroids? The stickies are so aggressive they rip the wall off. And I thought they were wall safe. So there was a part of my wall I kind of fucked up.
Oh no. Here, you should take a sheet of these because these aren't as
like,
aggressive.
come on.
No, these ones just peel off.
Yeah,
so,
like where there's the ones that say wall safe. These ones were not. And I was like, I bought so many and I was about to like go ham. And I was like, I'm kind of glad I didn't do that because it would have just like with the cool lights you gave me for the wall, the wall light like light up thing. I started with those ones that rip the wall paper off or the wall paint off, and I had to remove it and put it back because I kind of put it on wonky or crooked. And so when I took it off, all this chunk of paint came. And I was like, good thing I'm just gonna put it in the same spot, but just like tilt it properly. So I was like, and that's when I knew I was like, well, I gotta order other ones then for the Polaroids because I was gonna use those same exact.
Yeah, no, take
stickies.
a couple of these sheets. I buy them in bulk.
Are they? I just need to find them on Amazon, like wall safe specifically.
These ones are wall safe. I got them specifically to be wall safe, so you'll take some with you.
So y'all be warned because sometimes you think it's gonna be wall safe and it ain't. It ain't.
All right. Well, that is all we have time for today. I know it's a little bit abrupt, but we have Zoom chat to get to. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Please share with a friend if you enjoyed the things that you heard here today. And if you didn't enjoy the things that you heard here today, I suggest you go back through and listen again.
Yes.
And change your way of thinking.
And
okay?
shame on you.
Shame. 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 So anyway,
but also more power
we hope that
to
you share with a friend. We have a lot of older listeners as well. So share with your grandmother because we love grandmothers here.
Yes.
Well, except for mine, but that's a whole different story. So introduce me to your grandma because I'd love to meet her because I don't have a great one myself. So maybe we could exchange cookie recipes.
Have my grandma. She's technically your grandma too.
That's true.
And I mean, you already think she's hot, so.
Yeah, but that's why it'd be weird if she was my grandma because I'm so physically attracted to her. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, we are done.
Thank you for coming. Please follow the podcast on Instagram and X at TWND Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at thisredheadissfw.
And you can follow me at Wham Glam Artistry.
Thank you for coming. Share with a friend. Leave us a rating. And we will see you Monday.
Come.
The Totally Wholesome Not Dirty podcast is presented by TWND Productions, created and hosted by Molly Stewart, co-hosted by Laura Contreras, and produced by David Warne.